everybody, welcome to Class 2. Here's Looking at You. I'm Denise Passaretti, a local photographer in Natick, and I want you to go and check out my website and my Facebook page and let me know what you think. This is my website right here, alrighty, and then this is my Facebook page. Like my Facebook page so that if you have any comments or any questions or if you need any of the information or more explanation, you can go to the Facebook page. What we're going to do is we are going to keep going over a lot of these things that we have been talking about, and it'll be repeated over and over again. So I may seem fast to you, but it'll be repeated in the next class and the next class. You also will be able to look at this on YouTube, and if you need that connection, Facebook me and it'll be on there. So the first class that we had, the first thing we did was we downloaded the images from your camera, okay? And then we created folders, and we talked about browsing software, how you can do everything on Windows, but browsing software is a little bit more advanced, and we had all the different browsing software that you could download. We gave you some shortcuts, and we shared some internet interlinks. We're going to talk about digital workflow all the time, all the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your images, and what we did last week is we took the images and we took them off of the camera and we made a folder in My Pictures. All right, and in My Pictures we made a folder, and inside the folder we called that template. Inside that folder we had an original folder and a proof folder. So we had two folders, the originals and the proofs. We went in, this is what happened last time, we went into the resize, into the proofs, and we resized the folder so that it would be easier editing. Then today what we're going to learn about is backing up your original files and how important this is to back up your original files. Last time what we did is we took a couple of photos and we created a My Picture, we created My Pictures, and then we downloaded the images to resize our proofs for easier usage. We're going to talk about CDs. A CD or DVD software can be purchased for advanced techniques, just like your browser. But Windows has a CD burner, a DVD burner built in it. It's all in Windows. And one of the well-known names that you can actually go purchase is Roxio. And you could do a little bit more advanced things. You can Google CD burning software for more ideas. But your computer can burn with no software by copying and pasting it. And that's what I'm going to teach you how to do today. So what we're going to do is we're going to burn a CD. Now I'm going to go through 5 slides. I'm going to show you the 5 slides, and then we're going to burn the CD. Now I personally get my CDs from a store in Cambridge, Micro Center, and it's only my opinion that if I'm making several copies of CDs, I don't need to go out and buy a gold CD or a special CD. But when I started doing this class, what happens is you go on and you do a little bit of research, and I found a website. And in the website it said, you get what you pay for. On the CDs, okay, we do not want you to put any labels on the CDs or any paper labels. What we do is we label them with a Sharpie. Okay, you can go buy Sharpies, and we label all our CDs and DVDs with Sharpies. And we make sure that you don't store your CD in a humid place, that you look at the manufacturer's rules and figure it out. I'm going to show you, I used to store my CD inside little plastic folders a long time ago, and they got ruined. Look at that CD. Dead, never to be used again, because the humidity in my cellar was that bad that it ruined the CD. So I don't want you to do that. What I use is I use double-sided, where you can put 2 in a package, and it has a little bit of material in between so it's not going to stick. Or I use paper paper envelopes, just paper envelopes, or I use the hard CD holders. We're going to make 3 copies of your CDs or your DVDs. You're going to store 2 of them locally in your house, and you're going to store another one in your office or off-site to a place that we talked about a couple of sites last week. You could even store them on Costco's or whatever, on a website if you wanted to. So this is the rules that I got off of this website. It was a really good website about storing CDs and making CDs. And it said, Rule 1, this rule states that there should be at least one set of unretouched photographs, unedited photographs. So if you look back here and we go into our original files, that's where we put our unedited pictures right from the camera into there. Okay, this is what we used to call negatives. You could refer them as your negatives. You just keep your negatives in that folder. And when you edit an image and you save it, you never put it back in the original folder, you put it back in your proof folder. Rule 2, at any given point in time, to ensure that no matter what you're doing, there's at least 2 separate folders of your photos. Initially, what you're going to do is you're going to copy them, and they're going to be in your camera, and then they're going to be in the original. So now you have 2 folders. Okay, those are your 2 folders. You've never touched them. Don't erase any of your images from your card yet, because you only have 2. You have this one and the one that's on your card. All right, before you erase the photos on your memory card, ensure that you have 2 copies of the backup. Now, you can make a backup copy on an external hard drive, which I brought right here. This is an external hard drive, just to be able to show you an external hard drive right here. All right, that's your hard drive, a second one. You can store your images on a memory stick, and here is a memory stick right there. Okay, this one is, you can buy them all different sizes. This one's 2 gigabytes. All right, and your DVD. Okay, we got a DVD, and we have a CD. So those are the different things that you can store, how you can store your images. Rule 3. Okay, Rule 2 is for immediately working on the photographs. Rule 3 says at some point you have to make a 3rd backup. So that, and you take that 3rd backup and you put it away from whatever catastrophe could happen. So, because if you lose those 2 copies, which is on your camera and on your computer, it gets wiped out. Or if you lose your hard drive and it's on your computer, it gets wiped out. So you always have a 3rd set. Now, I'm going to tell you a story that I found from this website. While kayaking with a photographer friend, he told me that he recently lost 50,000 photos, several years worth. He had them all on his external hard drive. The external hard drive was connected to his laptop, so he had the external hard drive and he had his laptop. Now his camera memory card had been totally erased. This is all he depended upon. So while he was running it, something happened and the hard drive was tugged. The laptop fell over, disconnected from the hard drive, and he had physical damage on his hard drive and on his laptop. Everything was gone, 50,000 photographs. And these were his only sets of photos. They're lost forever. If he had been following Rule 2 and Rule 3, he would still have at least another set. So we do get obsessive about how many CDs or how many places we put them and things like that. But it's important because we don't have negatives anymore. All we have is CDs. So like we said before, you're going to always work on the original file, which is in your original folder. Alrighty. So we're going to go through these 5 slides next. And, okay, I'm going to read them, and then I'm going to do them. So the first thing you do is you find the My Computer icon on your computer screen. Once you click into there, you're going to find your hard drive, which is your C, which is right down in here, all right? The next step, when you go into Windows, this is what Windows looks like. And if you ever need to find anything on your computer, it's right here on My Computer, the hard drive. On the left-hand side, you will see all the, everything that's on your computer is on the left-hand side. So if you need to find something, it's going to be in your left-hand side. On the right-hand side, you'll see everything that's plugged into your computer, which is your hard drive. And right now, we don't have a CD in here, so it's empty. Now, what you're going to do is on your left-hand side, you're going to go down here, and you're going to find My Pictures. And then you're going to open up My Pictures, and there's all your folders of My Pictures. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a CD of the class. Our class, which is right over here, all right, class 1. We're going to make a CD of class 1. And when you open up class 1, there are your 3 folders. I added a third one for some reason. I'm not sure why, but we have originals and we have proofs. We could turn the 3rd folder into lab pictures, whatever. So you're going to copy these, and then we're going to go over and do this. We're going to put a CD in, and this is what comes up with the CD right here, where you have to title your CD, and then the next thing you do is you turn around and you paste it. So we are going to do that right now. So I am going to put my CD in, and let's see what happens. When you put your CD in, I know that the class 1 file doesn't have a lot of pictures in it, so I don't need a lot of memory. So that's why I picked a CD to burn it up on. So I'm going to escape all my little things here. Now, if I look in here and My Computer, there's My Computer right here. So I'm going to open up My Computer, okay? Now, if you can't find My Computer on your desktop because you didn't make a shortcut, you can go into Windows down here in the corner, all right? And you can usually find My Computer somewhere. Oh, My Computer right here over the left, My Computer. And there's My Computer. Now you see on the left-hand side, right over here, you're going to see everything that's in your computer, okay? You can always find everything. On the right-hand side, you're going to see your hard drive. I'm not really too sure what this is, something. And there's your CD. Now you'll see that this CD is blank. See, it has nothing on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my left-hand side, and I'm going to find, I know that here's pictures right here, and on the left, see, there's pictures on the left-hand side, and these are all my folders. So I'm going to open class 1, and open class 1. I have a few more folders since I've been doing this, but I'm going to copy this class 1, and I'm going to copy, if we have time today, we're going to learn how to do a panorama. I'm not sure, it depends upon how much time goes by. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy it, all right, and then we're going to slide down on the left-hand side, and I'm going to go find my CD. And here's my CD. It'll register as a DVD or a CD, I don't know. It can read how much memory it has. It just doesn't tell you whether it's a CD. It just calls it a disc. So we're going to put on here class 1. I'm going to title it. And I'm going to use it like with a DVD player so that I can turn around and I can play it on anybody else's CD or DVD player. So I'm going to go next. And for some reason, the desktop keeps coming up, and I'm not sure why. If anybody knows, they can Facebook me, but I'm just going to delete that because I don't want the desktop being on there. And I'm going to go up to Edit, and I'm going to paste. Or my shortcut, remember we're trying to learn shortcuts because it's a lot easier, which is Control-V. Now, there are my items. They're going to just load up in here. There's my 2 folders, and I'm going to burn it to a disk. And there's my title, and I really don't need to burn any more files, so it's going to close afterwards. If you wanted to burn a few, but I'm just going to burn one today. So I'm just going to, I already have about 4 of them, because every time you do something different, you burn another CD, because you want to make sure that you have all the information. If you change something, burn a CD. They're very, very, very inexpensive, and you can never have enough backup. That's the way we just keep on looking at it. So now our CD is burning. It's going to take us a few minutes. It's once you have your CD burning, you will be able to, once you have your CDs burned, now you take your original folder, which came out of the camera, and it's got all the big files on it, chuck it. You can just throw it away. You've got 3 copies, throw away the original folder and keep the proofs on there. If you ever need to go back, you just take out your CD or your DVD, you put it in, and you open up the image. So that's what we're doing right now, is we're burning the CD. We could be burning it on a memory stick, and after the memory stick, after it burns a CD, I'll show you what happens if you decide to burn it on a memory stick. It's the same thing. You're still going to copy it and then paste it. Copy and paste. And that's what we did when we took the photographs off of the camera. We copied them off the camera and we pasted them into the folder. And it's just all part of digital workflow. And it's just so important to back up your work. I've heard umpteen stories. And hard drives are wonderful because a hard drive will handle so much. I think that's my next PowerPoint, is how much they all hold. Okay. A CD holds 703 megabytes. A DVD holds 4 gigabytes. Now, if your camera card holds 2 gigabytes, you know you're not going to be able to put that on a CD, so you're going to have to use a DVD. A memory stick is however much you want to buy. Mine just happens to be 2 gigs. And a hard drive is like a lot of backup. All right? So we have now burned a CD. I'm going to take my Sharpie, because if you don't write on it right away, you may forget what's on there. And it's going to be Class 1 backup. All right? And sometimes I will put on here what's on it. Mine says originals and proofs. So I have the originals and the proofs and the backup of Class 1 on this. Now, let's see what happens next. So, okay, so we're going to go back and we're going to show you. Here's my memory stick, and I'm going to escape out of here and escape out of here, minimize this, and I'm going to open up my computer, because my computer shows you everything that's here, and I'm going to take my memory stick, and I'm going to put my memory stick in one of the little USBs, and I'm going to, there it is right there. It's totally empty. If I want to go and I want to, oh, it has a couple of things in it. If I want to paste it, here we go. It'll paste my Class 1 and my panorama, and there you go. It's just pasted on. And then I can, then it's actually, you don't have to burn it, because what it's doing is it's actually pasting it to it right now. So now I'll have a CD and I'll have it on my memory stick. So there's 2 backups. Now if I decide I'm not going to burn it on my hard drive, but because the hard drive, but I just want to show you what it looks like when it's plugged in, so that you will see how my computer comes back up. This may take a second, but if I open up my computer again to try to find the stuff in the computer, and it says, oh, there it is right there. It's called the expansion drive. See? So I have the expansion drive, I have my hard drive, and I have a DVD. So that just shows you this is everything that's on the computer hooked up and everything. If I had my camera hooked up, that would show up on here. And on the left-hand side is everything that's in my computer, so you can find it. Great. Okay, so now what we're going to talk about next is we're going to talk about image sizes. This is going to be quick, so our time is running by really quick. So image size. All right, from current slide. Okay, here we go. The image size of your photograph. Okay, we took it off of the camera and it was really big. and we put it into the original folder, and then we put it into the proof folder. And when we put it into the proof folder, we actually resized it so it would be small. Now, when you're looking at an image size, a digital file is made of little tiny dots, which are pixels. That's what they're called, pixels. So simply put, a megapixel is equal to 1 million dots. Digital images are made up of thousands of these tiny little like picture elements. The more pixels, the higher the resolution. Now what resolution means is resolution will determine how sharp your photograph is. So I'm going to show this to you on Photoshop. We'll pull up Photoshop. And this is another shortcut. Remember we were talking about shortcuts? You could either go File, Open, or Control-O, but I like my shortcut in Photoshop where I just double-click on the gray spot, and it says, what do you want to open? So these are from my last class, so I'm going to open this one, and if you see right here, this is the proof from the proof folder, and then we're going to open the one from the original folder, which is right here. Here's my original folder, and it's right here, this one right here, bing. Okay, so this is my original picture that came off of the camera. This, I took this picture and I cropped it to a 4:6. So if I take this picture that's a 4:6, it doesn't have a lot of pixels in it. You will see all the little tiny, the camera's not too good on here, I don't think that you can see the little tiny dots. I hope this is working on here. And now this one came right off of the camera, and you won't see as many dots. See all the tiny dots in the glasses and see how sharp this one is? So that's the difference. This is the one that came off of the camera, and this is when we resized it to a 4:6. And if you see, I changed the name on the back of it so that they wouldn't be the same name. This came right out of the camera, and this one I added a P, which meant a proof. So that's my pixels. Now, can you see the difference in that? Now, what I'm going to show you here is I'm going to go into image, and now I'm going to go into image size. All right, and this one here, it's on this one here, it says the resolution is 1800 to 1200. Okay, so let's remember that. All right, so image size, this talks about the megapixels. All right. Okay, and this talks about how many megapixels. If you have a small one, it's a 4:6. Then if you have 2 megapixels, it's 5:7, 8:10, 11:14. So this is how big your image has to be in order to print that. So my resolution over here is 16:1200. I think mine's 18 by, so that's a 4:6. So if I go back here and look at this, I can make a 4:6 out of this one. Now if I look at this one, press OK. Now I'm going to look at this one, and I'm going to go image size. And this one is huge. This one came right off of the camera. So if you look at your slide here, and it says it is a 42:28 approximately. Let's see what that said. Photoshop. It said it is 42:28, absolutely. So this one, I could make this one into a 16:24. So the digital photo is made up of lots of tiny little spots, which we call pictures or elements, or focus or sharpness and all that kind of stuff. I don't have time, I'm sorry, I don't have time to teach you about making a panorama. We will try to get that next time. Our 30 minutes just like runs by like that. I would like to thank everybody for joining me again this month. Our class is open for anybody to come, and it's free. If you'd like to join us on the night that we tape the show, please feel free to email me. Let's see if I can get that next one. This is my email address, photosbydenise@comcast.net, or comment on my Facebook page. I would love to know that you're watching me. And I really want to teach you how to be a good digital photographer, backup, artsy person, and that's my goal. And if you have any questions, please give us a buzz somehow. Thank you very much, and have a nice night.